Element este tema ediției 2026 a celui mai iconic calendar al lumii, iar Praga a fost orașul ales pentru a-l prezenta lumii în premieră. Fotograful de origine norvegiană Solveig Sundbo a asamblat o distribuție în care se remarcă Isabella Rossellini, Tilda Swinton, Irina Shayk, Gwendolyn Christie, Eva Herțigova sau Venus Williams pentru a recontextualiza elementele primordiale într-o relație cu umanul, umanitatea și tehnologia tipică secolului 21. Sunt Marius Constantinescu, doamnelor și domnilor, bine ați venit la Calendarul Pirelli 2026.
For the 2026 calendar, I want to capture emotions, instincts and states of mind that's central to human life. So, longing for freedom, curiosity, thirst of knowledge, I guess we can call it, some kind of mystery, imagination, passions, the desire for emancipation, the connection with nature, and our relationship with time and space. Very big issues, but you know, let's try to be ambitious.
Ovviamente la prima domanda, come ha fatto la scelta del fotografo?
Noi ogni anno abbiamo un certo numero di fotografi di cui guardiamo i book e poi c'è un dialogo con loro attraverso il nostro team e loro a un certo punto emerge chi ha un qualcosa di particolare e Solveig ha dimostrato di avere più che qualcosa di particolare.
Solveig, hello and congratulations for your work for this decal, the wonderful decal. Please tell me, how was the initial phone call or email or text or whatever announcing you that you would be the next Pirelli photographer?
It was a very polite phone call asking if I would be interested, yes, and I was very interested and very happy for the phone call.
Of course, you knew the tradition, the history that the cal represents in itself. How do you think that you have aligned in this tradition?
The tradition is very rich, so everyone has an idea what the calendar is. And when you study it carefully, like I have now, you can see that it can be whatever you want, basically. It's not one thing. It's not just a beautiful woman on a beach. It's so many things, and I think that you can make it into whatever you want yourself, as long as certain codes are, I guess, respected.
Hello, Eva. It's so wonderful to see you. This is your third calendar for... Yes. How did you see the calendar evolving through the years?
I mean, I think Pirelli calendar is always about amazing photography. You always have like the photographer, artist, that represents his work, that introduces his view of a woman. And also, I think the collective choice, the women that they have been chosen for this particular calendar, which are outstanding professionals, in their own domain, sector of their work. You have Venus, you have Tilda, you have Gwendolyn, Irina. I mean, it's been an honor. So yeah.
When you think of this connection between the human being and the nature, probably the natural way of thinking forward is taking your cast into nature in itself and photographing them there. Why did you choose to mix things?
Partly because I wanted to make it into something that was special for me and for this calendar, because to go into nature with women has been done many, many times before. So for me, it was a way of subtracting and abstracting the idea of nature by letting it being represented by the elements. The elements is obviously a way of abstracting nature in the first place. So combining those two elements, taking nature inside, reducing it down to 5-6 components, was a way of sort of owning it.
Gwendolyn, congratulations for your work on the 2026 The Cal. How was the experience for you?
Oh, I'm so proud to be part of the Pirelli calendar. I really am. It's a true honor that I didn't ever expect to be bestowed upon me. I was particularly thrilled that it was with one of my favorite photographers, Solveig Sundsbo.
Have you worked with him before?
Yes, I was a big fan of Solveig's work before we worked together, and we have worked together a few times over the years. It's always a special kind of treat because Solveig has such an extraordinary technical expertise, but also a particular type of imagination that often involves the latest technological innovation, but also he sees something new and he wants to push it and subvert it. He's very good with emotion and atmosphere, and he's really excellent at creating an evocative moment.
Well, the element that I made Solveig give me was air. I was originally water, and then I was actually air. But I said I wanted to be air.
Mi sento assolutamente vento, perché come il vento posso essere un venticello dolce, accogliente, caldo, estivo, così come posso essere una tempesta.
Nature is the way that I plug myself into a wall. It's how I get my energy, and hopefully I can repay that energy back. But it's everything.
The elements are a reduction of nature in a way. It's always been a way of understanding nature. From very early civilization, you had like the earth, wind, fire, water, as a way of reducing nature into something we can comprehend and talk about. So it felt very natural to work within a framework where you take everything, basically, because nature is everything, into something that you can distill and control in a picture. So that's where it came from.
To be on set and being given wind element, I feel like the whole set transformed into this magical place where I felt freedom, a special energy, and it's just everything becomes so surreal. Everything, you stop thinking and you just take it in, and that's when the most beautiful picture get captured.
Irina, congratulations for your work on the 2026 calendar.
Thank you. It was dream come true for sure. It's been a long way, to get here, and I feel like to be included is a big honor for me because Pirelli exists for more than 60 years, I would say, and it evolved with time. I feel like now, we're celebrating women empowerment, women diversity, togetherness, inclusivity. So I think it's very special moment to be part of it right now.
Per questo calendario Solve ha scelto gli elementi fondamentali come punto di riferimento. Come ha visto questa scelta?
Fantastica, perché diciamo il rispetto della natura, il valore della natura, sappiamo tutti, è importante, solo che la avviciniamo o in modo estremo positivo o in modo estremo ignorandone, diciamo, la conservazione, la necessità di aiutare la natura che poi ci fa vivere. Quindi bravissimo, ha fatto un lavoro straordinario.
Hello Venus, it's so nice to see you. How was the experience for you?
Oh, it was a great experience. It was a lot of pressure, maybe because
How come pressure? Why?
I think I put pressure on myself because I wanted to be the best of the 12. I think there were some photos that were just simply magical, and mine was very nice too. Yes.
How did you choose your cast?
Oh, the cast, it's a mixture of people I've known for a long time and love and worked with and respect and admire, and some new people that I wanted to photograph for a long time. So it was a beautiful combination.
What element do you represent in this elements calendar?
So in the elements calendar, I am ether. And the way that Solve described it to me was that he felt it was the element that connects everything. And that I found interesting because it's invisible. It's something that's sensed. It's something that we experience through the undeniable charge of connection. And so I was galvanized by the idea of not producing something stylistic, but actually moving into a space that was conjuring emotion in me, conjuring a feeling in me, and being very present with the people that I was with.
Water to me is my most favorite thing to drink and to be in. And even as a child, people used to ask me, what do you want to drink? You know, at children's parties and things like that. And I'd always be water. And they'd just be like, what? But I grew up in Malawi and Nigeria. And so I was taught to swim very, very young age. So I was swimming from about 6 months old. And I've been swimming all my life, and it's my favorite thing. And so I love water.
The process of the calendar was that you started thinking of how to visualize it, and then to do it outside felt overwhelming because of all the information you get. So for me, a reductionist approach was to kind of take it inside so you can control everything. So we started using new technology in terms of using huge LED walls, and you can go out and sort of almost harvest nature and then bring it into the studio.
So I was given the element of fire, and I think it's perfect. I absolutely think it's perfect. It represents who I am as a person. I'm very passionate. I'm never afraid. Fire just takes over. I definitely take over, especially in my own life. And just, I think it represented the player that I've always been. Just power, controlled aggression, and strength. It's definitely the perfect element for me.
You represent fire in this elements dedicated calendar. Is it fire within yourself? Are you a fiery person?
I am a fiery person, but a lot of times the fire is hidden. I think even when I was playing, I was always very calm. But to be a competitor, you got to have the fire. So my fire is a secret fire that burns very hot.
Well, since you're talking about being a competitor and being so competitive in this competition world that is sports, I was going to ask you, how do you feel as a sport person you get in connection with the elements of nature?
I love nature. I don't live in the city. I live in a place where it's beautiful. So nature is what I need to actually like breathe. I actually was outside because I had to just go get some fresh air, but right before this, so it kind of rejuvenates me, and I think everybody needs that, right? I hope everybody needs that.
There are very important things that you have just mentioned: inclusivity, equal chances for everybody. How do you think that a calendar like this can actually help perceive and also maybe deal with all these issues?
I feel like we're here to celebrate something very special. We're celebrating every age, we're celebrating every woman, we're celebrating every aspect of togetherness. And I feel like, Pirelli is not just a picture. It's you can't buy it, by the way, this calendar out there. I feel like it's a very special piece of art, and I really hope that when people gonna see this edition of Pirelli 2026, it's gonna stay with them. And it's very connecting to nature, this calendar, because every woman was giving an element, to celebrate fire and wind and water. So I feel like we're connecting back to where we come from, what we are as humans, So I feel like I really hope that people are gonna stay connected and grounded after they see this calendar, because it's very, it's very special edition for sure.
Il calendario numero 52. In questa storia della bellezza, che ruolo gioca il calendario?
Il calendario cerca ogni volta di trovare bellezza e armonia, cioè la vita ci fa vivere in mezzo alla bellezza. Ci sono anche cose terribili, lo sappiamo, però anche la bellezza di quello che ci circonda aiuta anche le persone che hanno situazioni più difficili. Quindi noi dobbiamo fare di tutto per conservare la natura senza esercizi utopici, ma in modo realistico, e questo unire elementi, natura, bellezza e messaggio di persone vere, di persone che hanno una vita alle spalle vissuta con successo, mi sembra importante.
De-a lungul timpului, câțiva dintre cei mai cunoscuți fotografi ai lumii și câteva dintre cele mai fascinante fețe ale planetei au onorat calendarul Pirelli.
Cielo Over your head. Over your head. Over your head. Over your head. Over your head.
Up with their heads.
Destiny.
Humanity. Courage.
Hope. Imagine.
Dreams.
I am still in search of Juliet, you know, and I think we've been in search all my life. Because at the end, Juliet is a dream.
Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
这一朵爱的蓓蕾，靠着夏天的暖风的吹拂
May prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Give me my Romeo, and when he shall die,
Take him and cut him out in little stars.
and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night, and pay no worship to the garnished sun.
concept behind the calendar is refresh and reveal. So refresh, going back to the calendar's history, because it's been a minute since it's been sexy, but also bring contemporary elements like our cast, and then reveal for someone to really show their true self. We played with the idea of nude illusion, and Tani was the best person for that job. Tani just knows how to make someone feel comfortable, but she's also a problem solver.
I think we got it. To work with nudity in an elegant way is just wonderful.
It's classic Pirelli. With the cast, it's a true celebration of beauty, reflecting what beauty has become. And it's much more expansive, and we wanted our cast to reflect that.
Il calendario è anche un grande atto di cultura. Pensa che può anche aiutare i giovani ad approcciare la cultura in un modo più bello, più familiare, diciamo?
Ma sì, io spero che non lo guardino solo su un computer o su un telefonino, che prendano la carta e tocchino la carta. Il mio timore è che ci sia questo rapporto anche con gli oggetti che non è naturale, quindi mi auguro che siano cartacei i calendari sempre.
One thing that you say, especially to a younger audience, is leave your screens out and go out in nature. How do you think that photography would help in that?
Well, I'm not sure if this calendar necessarily will help, but hopefully it will fire up people's imagination of what you can do. I think that there's way too much focus on your screen and way too little focus on reality.
Thank you so much, and congratulations once again.
Photography is a craving, photography is a search, photography is a passion. For me, it is to create a moment where everything is right. Not right as in everything is fine. It is a moment that I can control and I can send out into the world, and I can sort of say, how about this? Is this something you find interesting? Is this something you find beautiful? Do I ask some interesting questions with this? And I have a need for that. That moment of communication is important for me.
I've never worked with Solvit before, and it was one of the reasons I wanted to do the photo, besides the prestige of being in the Pirelli calendar, because he's such a fantastic a photographer. And I particularly like his experiment with video.
He captures the beauty of the woman in its purest form. You know, like it's almost anatomical, but not. And then it's kind of digital at the same time. So he combines the digital world with the most primitive kind of, body structure together. It's very visceral, it's very intimate, it's extremely bold and futuristic at the same time.
我觉得它是一个在现场它是一个很安静，但是你又可以感受到它一直是一个深思熟虑的这样一个工作状态，并且他的作品永远的非常的特别，很喜欢他的作品，也很开心的跟他再次合作。
Joy is really significant in any sort of working relationship, creative relationship. To be able to find some kind of joy together, a deep respect of one another, and the pure pleasure of it.
How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
Was it for you actually being part of this calendar like taking another part?
Oh yes, of course, absolutely, because I've been aware of the Pirelli calendar's significance throughout my entire life, as we all have. It's a cultural touchstone. It's something that's been part of all of our lifetimes. And I love that it's always an indicator of an aesthetic at that time, a perception of beauty at that time, because the Pirelli calendar has continued to develop through the years and has increasingly taken on a more expansive and inclusive view of beauty. So I was just delighted to have the opportunity to take part of something that I knew would be very significant with a truly visionary photographer at the helm.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
What a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Please give my love to Romania.
Of course. The Cal has redefined the concept of beauty. How do you see beauty in this mass-guided world that we live in?
I think beauty is the courage to be yourself, especially today when everyone wants to be everyone else and look the same. I don't know where that beauty is, as long as it makes you happy. But for me personally, I want to be my best self, and that's all that matters.
I think you represent wind or air in any way. In which way does this element say something about your inner nature?
Well, first of all, at first I thought I was giving a wrong element because I'm a Capricorn. Okay. So, but then I thought about...
You're a Capricorn. Me too.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of Capricorns here. I love it. I'm very grounded, and I thought wind was something more of unexpected.
And it also gives you more possibilities, I think.
Yeah, so, but then when I thought about it, I felt very connected because wind brings a lot of changes, which I love. Freedom. Wind is free. It blows left and right. You never know what's going to happen. So I felt in the end of it, I was like, I am a wind. So I really felt connected to my element, and I felt like I embodied really well. And we had Solveig as a photographer to capture this beautiful moment, magic moment. So I love the idea that every woman was giving an element, because you had something to connect from inside out. It's not about like you there for beautiful picture, for beautiful image. You're there to connect with your inner beauty and celebrate your inside emotions that you trying to bring it outside. That's how I felt.
So you represent water in this elements dedicated calendar, sort of. What does water tell about your inner personality?
Oh, well, I am Pisces to start with. Yes, so it's definitely mine. I believe that water is something that makes us all, I think, feel at peace. I think it's something that, being in water, being in a big amount of water. I think water is mysterious, especially seeing images from under the water. It's like a mystery, you don't know. And it's extremely free, because you just flow. There is no gravity. It just represents all this kind of mystery and freedom for me.
Well, thinking in the past about your first calendars, you represent the generation of the true supermodels. How do you think this concept, the supermodel, has changed over the years?
Well, I believe it's a phenomenon. Supermodels as a brand that belongs to the 90s.
I don't think it can be repeated. I think it's like a movement that happened where fashion was in sync with music and with cinema. So I think you can't reproduce something. It's like you can reproduce swing. It belongs.
But you can revive a certain thing.
You can revive, but I don't think you can. It doesn't. I think it's a time capsule, in my opinion. Yeah.
Last question, how was working with Solve?
Oh, I love him. I love him. I love his photography. I love how he integrates the technology. He does digital, and it's like very IE kind of, very, very digital, but with a super human, where you see the skin, where the skin breathes, literally. So it's the juxtaposition of these two elements, of the super technical with the superhuman.